This episode's TikTok liberal is this guy that is talking about communism itself, like we've just been discussing with Cuba and whatnot, and trying to give what is his best case for, but in reality it just winds up being actually the worst case I've ever seen for communism.
Yeah, so this guy asked for a video on why communism is good, and in a part 2 comment, he said that he thinks a lot of people just equate communism with North Korea, USSR, stuff like that, and that's a bad thing. You also don't have to apologize for any ignorance for being liberal. I grew up Christian conservative before I found leftism. Communism is good because true Marxist communism is as close to a utopia as we can get. The reason you equate communism with North Korea and that's a bad thing is because of Western propaganda, capitalism, McCarthyism, Red Scare. The capitalists over your head want you to think that it's bad so they can keep their capitalism. The Marxist definition of communism is a stateless, classless, moneyless society. That definition has never been reached in the real world, unless you count all of human history up to the last couple thousand years. No working 60 hours a week to have food in your stomach and a roof over your head, accessible healthcare, and free to do anything you want to do without the chains of money.
The iconic moneyless and stateless society utopia, right? When was that? Oh, you mean during the caveman era? I mean, these guys are absolutely, completely uninformed about the reality on the ground of what actually takes place. So the other thing he talks about is, well, it's this idea of being able to have free healthcare, free this, no job, none of this, none of these things. And it's like, hey, who's going to do that? Who's going to provide the healthcare? Who's going to build that house? Who's going to build the roof that's over your head? Who's going to build those cars that allows you to do what you're doing? Oh, wait, you mean a working force? Immediately, that's the problem. That's the reason why communism has always failed. It's a pipe dream, trying to be something important when in reality, it's never worked and never will work. Of course, they're going to continue to try and advocate for it because they don't know any better. And sometimes I wish they would just come out and say, look, okay, guys, we get it. It failed every time it's been tried, but we want to do it differently. That's typically what you would expect them to say, but that's not what's going on. Now, the thing is that communism has a massive death toll. Massive across the board. Here's some of the numbers. So in the USSR, 20 million people have died because of communism. China, 65 million. Vietnam, 1 million. North Korea, 2 million. Cambodia, 2 million. Eastern Europe, 1 million. Latin America, 150,000. And Afghanistan, 1.5 million. What are we talking about by killed by communism? What we're saying is that under these dictatorships and regimes, many people died due to the government oppression, due to no food, due to starvation, due to the issues that goes along with having a dictatorship that is entirely concerned about its own wealth and not the wealth of the citizens. That's why they're literally starving in Cuba. They don't have much food available. What is there is extremely expensive and out of the pay range for 90% of people that live there. It's crazy. It's crazy when you go there. And yet for some reason, these are the utopias that we're looking for. I mean, come on. Once again, what I'm saying is why is it that all of these people are coming to the United States and not vice versa? I would love to see this guy tell that to the people in Cuba right now. Please tell them to their face that they are living in a utopia right now. Guys, you don't get it. This is what I've been dreaming of. You don't understand. This starving you're feeling is great. Tell that to them and see what they tell you. See what happens to you. Like I said, let's send all of the liberals over to Cuba, over to these communist areas, and give us the people that are suffering under these communist regimes. They'll vote the right way when they get here. They'll know better. They'll appreciate the country, and they're not going to be advocating for things that they know they had to actually suffer and live under. They know firsthand what took place. The rest of these people are in their head about something they have no idea about. They don't know the facts behind any of it. And as a result, they think for some reason it's going to work. It never has worked. It never will work. I don't care how many times you try it. I don't care what way you try to go about doing it. But these people making these disingenuous arguments about it, it's never helped anybody at all. You just watched a clip from The William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.